Hello everybody, welcome back to South Korea. I am stuck here for another week. Today we are driving a 2021 Genesis G80. This is my grandmother's car and I've had the pleasure of living with this thing for the past 4 or 5 weeks. We're in the center of South Korea right now and we're going to attempt to drive back home. And on the way home, I guess I'll just talk about what it's been like to live with the Genesis G80 for the past month. Starting with the interior. Wow, this reminds me of New York, bro. Whoa. Wait, dude, this place is... Whoo, look at that, that's pretty sick. It's my first time looking at that thing, ever. Whoa, bro, that is crazy looking. Wait, this is sick. Olympic Park, Seoul, 1988. This is going to be an interesting video because I usually only talk... Oh, by the way, it's kind of weird, but like, it's cars first in South Korea and not pedestrians first. Maybe not, I don't know. But that's what I've heard, and that is why that young gentleman got back on his phone, because he knew that he was not going to be able to cross. But then the car behind me stopped, so what a nice guy. I should have been that guy. Anyways, this is going to be a different video from my usual videos because I don't actually have a lot of negatives to talk about with this car for once. And usually when I drive a car and I don't really have anything interesting to say about it, I just don't make a video. Because yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just like, when I like a car, there's just not much to say about it besides like, oh, it's a good car, you know? And so yeah, we're just gonna try and attempt to glaze the fuck out of this car because it honestly deserves the glaze. To start off the glaze, there seems to be a trend in modern cars these days with BMW. I think it started off with Mercedes and now the Cadillacs have it. There's just this trend in modern cars where the tech screen kind of extends out into the center infotainment display, right? And I absolutely hate that design trend. The reason I hate it is because it feels like I'm driving the fucking infotainment. With this car, we don't have that problem. We have the center infotainment display, and then we have this tech. And I don't know if you can see from this camera angle, but the way the steering wheel is shaped is so that the tech cutout is exactly in the same shape as the steering wheel cutout. And so I just find this very aesthetically pleasing. That's all I wanted to say, really. And the other beautiful thing about the steering wheel is that you have like 1,000 different grips to choose from, and they're all comfortable. Like, if you just ignore the fact that this airbag module looks like the back of a crab, this is the best steering wheel I've ever used in my life. And the reason I like this Genesis so much is because I think this is a car that knows exactly what it is, and it does it very well. Whoa, that looks crazy. Dude, and they got big mushrooms too. What the hell? And so this is a big luxury sedan. And so for the most part, when I'm driving, I'm just cruising along comfortably on the street, right? And so most of the time, the way I hold the steering wheel is either like this, or this is my favorite grip too. I can grip the steering wheel like this, and I can just have my arm this way and just kind of cruise along with this grip. Or I can grip it like this. I can drive like this if I want to. I can drive like this if I want to. I can drive like this if I want to. I can drive like this if I want to. Oh God. I have to go so far out. So yeah, steering wheel, 10 out of 10. Now, next thing, this infotainment screen. Look how responsive this infotainment screen is. If I go to home, look how responsive this screen is. This is a 5-year-old car, by the way. This touchscreen is more responsive than the touchscreen in the Lexus GX 550 we have. It's more responsive than the Mazda Miata. This is one of the most responsive touchscreens I've ever felt in my life inside a car. Like, it's basically an iPhone. And I don't know why I have to be so impressed by a touchscreen, but I am, because I'm just used to laggy ass touchscreens in other modern cars for some reason. And so I have to talk about it. And so, in the topic of interior quality, although I wouldn't say this is the best looking interior I've ever seen in my life, I think just in terms of everything, wow, that corner is pretty nicely too. Everything here is just designed flawlessly. Like, it's not the most pretty thing in the world, but like, it's robust. There's no creaks or rattles after 5 years. Besides this weird sound over there from time to time, where like, I think there's like a bolt loose over there. And so while the car's idling, I would just hear like that noise here and there, but it's really not that bad. And yeah, I mean, just like, look at this, dude. I'm not a fan of the caramel color interior, but it's a nice place to be. Now, I'm just gonna be honest with you. This is exactly the reason why I don't make cars. What am I saying? This is exactly the reason why I don't make videos glazing cars. Because what else is there to say besides, oh, this is nice? You guys gotta stop giving me shit for like pointing out flaws in my car. For fuck's sake. My car, bro. Like, I bought the car. I clearly like the car. You know, it's just like I'm thinking of shit to talk about. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I've been very impressed by this car. And I really can't fault it for anything. Like, if you look at this, look at how that shows me my blind spot, so I don't even have to look to the right. That right there is Genesis knowing their audience. Like, if I'm driving a luxury sedan, I don't want to be checking my blind spot like this, right? I want to be relaxed, and I want to just look forward and grip my steering wheel like this, listen to some music, and just chill out. Like, if you use the turn signals like you're supposed to, all I have to do is tilt my head 30 degrees, glance at the side mirror just a little bit, look at that, and just change lanes, keep going. It's also fast enough. Like, look. Right, it's got a not bad sound. I wouldn't say it's a good sound, but engine is super smooth. It's got enough acceleration. The only flaw I can think of off the top of my head right now is that on the freeway, when we're going beyond 100 kilometers an hour, which is about 60 miles an hour, I do get a lot of tire noise, and I think this glass isn't as thick as it could be or should be in a luxury sedan, if that makes sense. Like, look, these cicadas, whoa, that's a military helicopter. That's cool. Okay, these cicadas aren't that loud right now, but when these cicadas are crying pretty loudly, you do hear it through the cabin. And yeah, just on the highway, you get a lot of road noise. That might be fixed with a different set of tires. Who knows, right? So I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it like I usually do. And yeah, that's it for the Genesis G80, right? Is this what you freaking wanted? Just me to glaze the frick out of cars and have nothing to talk about? So when I did get this car, I don't know how to change drive modes anymore for some reason. Oh, here, okay. So when I got this car, the car was on eco mode, and I wasn't very impressed with this car. The reason I wasn't impressed with it was not because of the power, but because of how it would ride over bumps. In comfort and eco mode, the suspension tuning is really soft, and so the rebound damping is, I can't explain it. It's just like every time you go over some bump, the car does like 4 bounces to settle, and I really did not like that. And so what I did was I put it in custom mode, and I set it so that how do I set this? I have powertrain and comfort, because in sport the shifts get a little too aggressive. Steering is sport, and the steering feel in this car is actually a lot better than you would think it is. And I put the suspension on sport. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna get this car, never drive with the suspension in comfort. Always drive it on sport. The suspension on sport mode isn't even sport mode. It's just regular mode. And then comfort mode is marshmallow mode. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, bro. Like, climate control's down here. It's intuitive. You got physical switches. All the climate control is just down here. Infotainment is up here. The cluster is right here. Interior quality's pretty solid. Oh, I will say there's not enough padding here though. Yeah, like this is pretty hard. And so if you're wearing shorts and you kind of man spread like a motherfucker like I do, and so you have your legs just kind of resting on the sides, it does get a little sore. But yeah, like all I can say is I've been very impressed by Genesis. And you know, I like this car's so good that I forgive them for stealing the Aston Martin and Bentley logo and stealing some of the Aston Martin design language. Speakers are good. So yeah, in conclusion, this is one of the few cars that King Harris has driven that he just could not find stuff to complain about. Alright, so it's 100 degrees out, so I don't want to stop here for too long. But I actually want to show you something, right? Look at the design of this car, right? Look at the way these lines flow. And you got this beautiful crease right here, and they follow through all the way here. And so you got these two creases back here, and then this deviated, or like this perpendicular crease, right, coming this way. And like, I just imagine that this is a pain in the ass to make, right? Like, this is all one piece. So this whole thing from here all the way to the roof, this is one piece too. That's impressive. 10 out of 10. That's all I'm gonna say. 10 out of 10 car. Also, for those of you guys wondering, he's still alive somehow. We don't know how. Somehow you're still alive, buddy. Oh, sorry. 17 years old. He's got a tumor in his somewhere, I forget. Had a leaking gallbladder. Got Alzheimer's. He had kidney stones. Bro was blind, kind of deaf, but he's still alive and he's taking Viagra.